Mhm. Hey everybody, what is going on? This is your boy Ron and part of the Melanated Council. Yeah, part of the Melanated Council. And we typically go live Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and wherever else you are in the whole wide world, figure it out from there. You know, please like, subscribe, enjoy the show. If you have any comments, leave your comments and all that other good stuff. And whoops, no, that goes up, this comes down. And yes, Black History Month is right now. We're in Black History Month. We are 8 days into it. And so we're going to pretty much talk about a lot of things related to um, Black History Month, Black love, Black this, Black that. A lot of things are going to be more so geared towards the Black community. Not to say that none of our other topics we have are geared towards the Black community, but we tend to focus in a lot more due to the fact that there's some things that goes on within our community that we like to talk about. And so before we dive into the topic for tonight, just want to ask, how's everybody's day? How's everybody's weekend been? What have you guys been doing? And yada yada yada. Have you guys been snowed in? Have you not been snowed in? Did you receive snow? Mish, what's going on? Yes, what's going on? That is our mod on Twitch. I'm about to shout you out, Mish. Hold on. Let me. So I got my stuff correct. Yeah. Let me do something for you. Bam. Yes. Check out the homie Mish. If you guys ever want to see like some retro gaming from a different aspect and whatnot, shout out my man Mish. He does the thing. He does it. Mish does it. Hey Chad, what's happening? Chad Benz, what's going on? That's okay. That's okay. Because the thing is, I'm pretty much help conduct it, facilitate, and oh yeah, you're welcome. You earned it. You earned it. You earned it. I don't care. Nobody said you earned it. You show up whenever you can, and especially holding it down on the Twitch side of things. So yeah, you earned it. You definitely earned it. You're welcome. You definitely earned it. I mean, you earned your sword. So yeah, like I said, you earned it. I'm going to keep it like that. You earned it. So again, how was you guys' weekend? How was you guys' day? Did you guys get snowed in? Did you not get any snow? You know, how have you been doing over these last few days? Hey yo, hey yo, what's up? What's going on, adversary? Oh snaps! Who we got? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Who's all these folks coming in? You brought friends? Hey friends, we like friends. We like friends. And speaking of friends, I got hold on, guests and food. Nice, nice. So speaking of friends, one of my other friends, she just showed up, and she's ready to mingle and to talk about some heavy stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring in my homegirl, the one, the only, the illustrious, the lovely Elle. Let's bring her on. Let's bring her on.
Hey,
Hey, hey,
how's it going?
good. Me's brought friends.
Yeah, no, I see that. I see that the chat, the Twitch chat's very lively. Hi
Oh
everybody,
yeah. Hey friends.
and hi everybody on YouTube.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Adversary, you're the first time viewer. Thank you. Uh Shield Anvil, you're a first time chatter. Thank you. And Makeshift Quill, you're a first time chatter. Thank you. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. See, now it's 2/3.
Yes.
We're 2/3 in.
66.6667%.
I like that. I like to round up that percentage. I have a, you know. and for those people that are on, yes, the council is growing. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Mish. Do me a favor. When you get a chance to do exclamation point commands, you should have the list of all the commands that you can do. Commit it to memory as much as possible. We try.
What? Nice. Look at us
growing.
growing.
Right? Nope, you did two. It should be one. One
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True. They are very smart.
Yes.
I'm really good at Twitch.
There you go. Bam.
Mish does Twitch.
Yes. Mish does Twitch. But yeah, so we were just asking how everybody's weekend's been going, what everybody's been doing, and Elle, how was your weekend?
My weekend.
Yeah.
What did I even do? It's an excellent question. I did something. I don't know. Oh, Sunday. I went out on like a Hinge date, but it wasn't like a date. It was more like a friend date.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, it wasn't Hinge. I met him on Bumble. But like he was he was just looking for friends. He was gay. And it was just a great time. Like we went out by the beach and yeah, that was nice.
All right. So guess what, y'all? We got one more person. So now our trifecta can now be complete. I need to go ahead and give a warm welcome for the young man who. What can I say about this young man? Who don't look at his expiration dates when it comes to liquor.
Anything. He lives life on the edge.
He really does live life on the edge. Y'all go ahead and give a warm welcome to the homie Toby. Hey, whoa, Toby, sir, hold up, wait a minute.
I know.
You looking kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Come here, sir.
It was I mean, it was a good cut. It was a little more than I was probably gonna take off, but I'm all good.
Yeah, look at you.
Hi.
Yeah,
sorry, is that lovely?
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Tommy, look at you.
Yeah.
I'm cooking a little thing in the background. I'm gonna be here. Okay. I just didn't time it as well as I should have. So just a little ground turkey and sauce.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna let y'all continue, and I'm gonna listen in the background.
Yes.
The most powerful shape.
It's the rock. But without the diamond, the triangle. Yeah.
Oh God! Now we're Illuminati conspiracy or something.
Put it over my left eye.
There you go. Yes, the cut. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Toby.
Yeah, we've never seen Toby without like his beard or, Yeah. Right. That's pretty crazy.
Hey, Elle, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Your hair, it looks a little different.
Yeah, I got my hair done.
Awesome. Look at you.
Oh, thank you.
Look at you.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, I got it braided.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I braided my locks. Well, they did, but I asked my hairstylist to do that.
Nice. That's nice. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of compliments on it.
Come on, shoulders.
I kind of like this look. I'll probably do it again.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it for like a few weeks. Thanks, Holistic Hottie.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Elle got that shoulder game going on. I see you. Come on, girl. Let's go.
I'm having like one of my friends is coming into town in a few weeks and
Mhm.
I wanted to go to the beach, but I was like, okay, well I'll need to get like my hair done, but I can't get my hair done like right before they come and then I go to the beach and then get my hair kind of ruined. So I was like, what's a good strong hairstyle that can last for a while? But I like this though, because it's annoying when I just get it like retwisted and it just doesn't last that long. And I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna last a while. I got it done Saturday.
Nice.
Still looking very new.
Nice.
Yeah, thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Man, everybody's doing some new stuff. I mean, I cut my hair like sometime last week and whatnot. It still look nice. So I'm like, yes. Out with
You
the
ever
old.
let your hair grow up?
I've done it once when I was younger, like back in middle school, like elementary school, middle school. I grew up my hair, and boom, there we go.
Yeah, I wanted to join that, but I think I signed on too late.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Rocky got nice. Yeah, well, I tried it and I actually did braids, but because my hair is way too fine, it would not stay. It would look good for like one day, if that. And then by the end of the day, my hair was already coming out. And it didn't even help that whenever I went swimming, it wasn't, you could see my hair just unravel a lot. I even had like girls try to like, can we braid your hair? Like, yeah, sure. If you can do it, go for it. And even then, they're like, we can't braid your hair. Your hair is just too fine. I'm like, yeah, I know. You can thank my ancestors. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm Mexican and black and Native American and all the other good jazz. So all the folks that got good hair, yeah, I got that gene. So they're like, oh wow. So yeah, I've tried and it doesn't grow well. It doesn't. I think the last time I had a fro was probably around about the same time my oldest was born. And then even then, I never really liked getting my hair cut. I was trying to let my hair grow out. But it was like, I was like, what, I'm tired of this. Let me just cut it. And so short hair don't care.
And also short hair is easier to manage too.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Even though I don't want to cut off like all of my hair, like there's like occasion I'm like, should I just like cut it so it's just like a little bit shorter? Because it's like braided, so it's it's like a nice length right now, but when it's like unbraided, it goes down like a whole lot further. But like occasionally, like I do like this length. Maybe like when it was like right here, it was nice. I mean, it's still nice, but it was just like, like it was cute. I was like, okay, your hair is long, but it's not super long.
Right.
Like, I'm like between long and super long. It's not like to the point that it's like disgustingly long, But it's getting to the point where I'm like, is this necessary? I'm still gonna rock it for a while, but it's like
nice.
Eventually.
Nice. I like it. Like I said, I like it. I like it.
Speaking of which, next month It'll be 10 years since I started growing locks.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey,
Shout
10
out to you.
years.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be my lock anniversary.
It. Do you know what next month is? It's your lock-anniversary. Lock-anniversary. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that one. Next month we definitely doing that one. Definitely doing that one. Uh-oh. Reach with the clips.
I love the names that Twitch just gives the like bashful tempered oil keyboard cat.
Oh man. Oh man. I've seen something worse.
Oh
They
yeah.
they they get really out there. Like, really, Twitch? Is this what we doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is this what we really doing, Twitch? Like, okay, I'm not saying nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else. But yeah, awesome. Chat, you guys don't feel as though that you're watching us. We like to interact with you guys as well. Again, type, drop down what you guys did over the weekend. You know, how was your day today? This is pretty much before we dive into our little segment. We want to pretty much do a virtual check-in with you guys as well, because a lot of times we don't see you guys in our Discord or online or yada yada yada, but we still want to keep up with you guys as well, and you know, almost like a little mental health thing too. You know, we don't know what everybody's going through, and even if you don't want to share a whole lot, that's cool. That's cool, but still, the floor is yours. Really, the floor is yours. You know, drop what you guys been doing, how you guys been, and you know, go from there. Because we definitely love to hear from you guys. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah,
It's crazy.
yes, I know.
Because when I first started my locks, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. It's like, what? Like, why am I doing this? But it's worth the journey. And boy, is it a journey. Oh, Chad, you did the oxtail. Yeah, I saw you posted something on Discord that you bought it, so you actually cooked it. Let me see.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Got to see those.
I was just thinking how I want to like buy some oxtail. 'Cause I never made oxtail myself. I think I was telling you guys the story about my aunt's like cousin who pretty much said I'm not a real Jamaican because of I don't know how to cook oxtail. I was like, wow, okay. Oh, okay, now Chad, this looks really good. And you got the rice and well, we call it rice and peas, but it's rice and beans. Yeah, okay. Okay, that looks good. How did you like it? No, let me know. That looks really good, man. Yeah, oxtail is probably my favorite food, if not like one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's like
there you go.
Twitter's been acting up lately today. Yeah. Ooh, he made the browning sauce himself. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Let's go. Come on, Chad.
Okay. Good job, Chad. It looked good. It looked really good.
Oh yeah, hold on. While we're doing that, okay.
So, Chad, have you had oxtail before, or was this like your first time having oxtail, or just your first time cooking oxtail? I mean, I don't know if I could just cook something that I've never tried before, like especially from like like a dish that's more popular in a different country. I know the browning sauce looks really good. Like it looks really genuine. Very proud of you. Oh, that's awesome.
There.
Had at Middle Eastern restaurants. Oh, okay. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, true. That's awesome.
Nice.
Oxtail used to be like, like the food that they give to like peasants and I want to say slaves too. Because, it was looked at as like gross because, it's the tail of an ox. So, of course, they turned it into a delicacy and now it's like one of the most expensive things.
Right.
Oh, man.
If oxtail is slave food, then call me. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that.
Finish it. I think so. I want to say because I know it was looked down upon because it was like like the tail is like the butt. It was like not really, but
Yeah.
I want to say it was looked down upon like once upon a time. But yeah. No. Well, I gotta make oxtail someday soon. Probably try to do it this month. A very good idea. Wanna try that.
Had to do some behind the scenes works, but yeah. So Mish, that's going. You're good to go with the Discord link. So that is the updated Discord link in the Twitch chat or the Twitch Twitch channel, and yeah, oh yeah,
Gumbo sounds good.
oh yeah. I messed around and made me some gumbo. Actually, you know what? I might make me some more. I might make me some gumbo sometime this week. I'm gonna make me some gumbo. That's. Oh yeah, for sure. I love it. When the finished product is done. Talking about good eatings.
I made jerk chicken. It wasn't that good. Like, cause you just get like the jerk chicken seasoning from like the supermarket. And you just splatter it on the chicken. You just season it with it. Usually like, for like anywhere between 2 to 24 hours, but the longer the better for sure. And I don't think I put enough on it because it's like it's just not kicking me. Like it needs to kick me in the face, and it's not doing that.
The chicken was too polite.
It was too polite. Like it was like tapping me on my shoulder and asking for, my attention. I was like, no. I was like, you gotta slap me across the face.
There you go.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm really upset about my chicken, but it just tastes so. Yeah, no, it just doesn't. I was like, oh, I thought I put on enough. Because usually I feel like I put on too much and it's like too spicy, which I love, but it's like too spicy. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, I was like sort of running out of that one, so I was probably just being like a little, probably not trying to use a lot. It's like I should have just used the rest of the bottle. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, please.
There it is. Yes, Streamlabs.
Yes. So for those, if you guys are watching us on Twitch, again, this link here, that is the link to our Discord. And so that way you can vibe with us off stream, send in different topics, pictures, you name it. you name it. It's pretty much a space that we created to invite our viewers to come and hang out with us and to pretty much, have another safe place to come to. So you are more than welcome to come in. You're more than welcome to vibe out, and just hang out. That's it. Just really just hang out. Just hang out. So are we there are hold up.
Yes, High on the Hog. That was a great docu series, man. That was fantastic. If you ever have the opportunity, definitely watch High on the Hog on Netflix.
I need to watch that.
Like it goes deep. Like it starts out in Africa, and also like talks about like the types of foods that the enslaved brought over, like okra. Sorry, and Jamaicans we always say okra, so it's like I got to make sure not to say it with an accent, even though. So okra was one of the foods. Yam, like actual yam, not sweet potato. Like actual yam looked like pretty much like a hairy elephant foot. Like one of the enslaved of somebody, I can't remember, but he became like a chef, and how he made mac and cheese was like he used like instead of just boiling the noodles in water, he would use half water, half milk. And yeah, and like there's still a place that makes the mac and cheese like he did it, and I think it was like his ancestor, not ancestors, but his like his like I guess like offspring, I guess, sort of inherited that like place or something like that. I don't know, or like they work in it or something. But it's absolutely fantastic. The series, like it talks about, yeah, no, it's just absolutely fantastic about like how we were taught to cook, and how to taste things. It's like, where did we learn how to do that? How did you know how to do that? Yes it is.
Yes it is.
Yes
Definitely.
It is. Definitely join the Discord whenever you have. Join it right now, not whenever you have a moment. Join it right now because you have a
no right now.
Yeah, right now is a moment.
There you go.
But yeah, High on the Hog is absolutely fantastic. Like when they were like the first episode, I got so emotional because I never knew exactly like where, I guess, like the port was of where, like they picked up, like where the slave ships came and docked. It was off of the coast of a country called Benin, Benin.
Oh yeah, Benin.
Yeah, and like that's where a large majority of, the enslaved were brought to, to the ships, and like there's like even a monument that shows like, that kind of points out into like the ocean, and it's just very like, and this is in the first episode too. It it was just it was very emotional for me because I'm like, I've never seen that. So like just to see like where my ancestors most likely trekked along for who knows how many days and miles from where throughout Africa, like who knows, to most likely go off, like come off of the coast of Benin. Like it was just very heart wrenching to see that, and but like it was very like necessary because that's sort of the shitty part about most likely like like being from like where we're from, especially like Ron and I, because there's just like a massive disconnect of where exactly we're from, and so it's sort of like it's like an ongoing like Scooby-Doo mystery, but like
there you go. There you go.
Oh, so they must have came off the coast of Benin, but it's like real life and it's heart wrenching and like just like emotional. But yeah, but it's I don't know, like it's I wish I could put into words like how it feels, but it just feels like there's just so much for me to learn and know that I just don't. And it would just it feels good to know where you're from, to know like because like this goes look, of course, like centuries and centuries and centuries back. I mean, who knows how many, like I don't know how many centuries my ancestors were in Jamaica and Scotland, because like my great grandmother married a Scottish white man. Yeah, I know, like it's which explains like why my grandfather, my mom's dad, was like so light skinned. But it's like when that's when you're growing up and this is just your grandfather. You're just like, oh hey grandfather, blah blah blah. It like never like clicked to me until like way later. I was just like, oh, he was half white. I was like, that explains a lot now. I never noticed that he was light skinned, but he is light skinned.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, if you ever get the chance, yeah, definitely watch High on the Hog. Absolutely fantastic docuseries. And it's about food. Who doesn't like food?
Food is pretty dope.
Yes. Yes.
As well eating.
As Toby is eating and sipping. All right. So, who's ready to get into tonight's discussion?
Yeah. I am.
Who is ready? Because if you guys haven't done so, of course, go back to the Discord under the feedback and the feedback channel.
I think it was upcoming streams to
do upcoming streams.
Yeah.
Upcoming streams. I'm sorry, upcoming streams. Thank you, El. So if you look at the upcoming streams channel and you see a lot of different pictures of a lot of different stuff, I'm gonna have this young lady right here explain to us what has been going on and why is everybody doing these pictures and what does this all mean? Take it away.
Okay. So I'm sure you've all heard of the 5 love languages. It's a test to see like essentially like how to communicate or how to communicate and also how you reciprocate or understand like acts of love. And sometimes, just like languages, like sometimes people are speaking different languages. Sometimes, couples speak different love languages. So you might like cuddling on the couch, but your significant other may not really like care for it that much. And you might feel rejected. It's like, what is like, is something wrong with me? Is like, why don't they want to cuddle with me? Well, they're waiting for you to say, like, I really appreciated you making dinner tonight, and you're just not saying that because you're trying to convey that by cuddling with them. And so it's like you guys are just speaking 2 different languages, even though you guys are still trying to convey the same thing. So there are 5 love languages: physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, and acts of service. Physical touch is sort of like how it sounds, like cuddling, touching, rubbing your back, touching your hand to show that like I'm listening, or things of that nature. Quality time is just spending time with each other. It could just be like both of you could just be in the same room on each other's, on your own phones, and that's enough for that person, or like, sharing an experiences like traveling or just going to a different restaurant, or going to the grocery store and buying a different type of chocolate just to share that with that person. But as long as you're spending time with that person, that's how this person, whoever has like quality time is like their highest, is how they receive love. Words of affirmation is saying I love you, saying what you did I really appreciated, I'm so glad that you fixed my tire, you're amazing at watching TV, I don't know, but like saying
Hey, there you go.
like you're like, it's like showing that like I'm proud of you, you're great, you're amazing, I like when you do this, like how you're doing that is great. That's like words of affirmation to sort of like affirm, like, okay, I'm happy that like this person is happy when I do this, and I'm happy to make them happy. Gift giving, that's always sounds like a confusing one, but it could be something as small as, hey, I was at the store and I saw this, this piece of this chocolate that you said that you liked, dark chocolate with like sea salt. So I picked it up for you because I remember you mentioned that. It could, it could be like something small like that. It could be something big like a Ferrari. But usually when people usually don't, usually gift giving is usually like the small, like is the least popular one, and because I think people kind of get gift giving a little bit confusing, but it could just be something like really small, like a little token of their appreciation, or just like showing that you're listening to like the little things. It could be, like, man, I wish someone, like, like little things, like to show like your appreciation. And then acts of service, which is like running an errand for somebody because you have way too many things to do. It could be car. That's an apology. I'm just saying whatever is coming to the top of my head, guys. Anyway, so like, acts of service is like, oh, I know that like my girl has been so busy, this past week, so I know that she would appreciate if I like washed her clothes while, because she's barely been home, and if I did some of her chores, or if I like cooked her a meal, that's like an act of service. Even though like I feel like acts of service and gift giving can kind of overlap occasionally, because maybe that's just in my case, because like sometimes like let's say something was, I don't know, like I needed like a I don't know, one of the lights, like one of my brake lights was wrong with my car, like I feel like it'd be both gift giving and act of service if like my partner were to just, get that taken care of, but yeah, so like that that's essentially the 5 love languages. Of course, we all need all 5 of them, but we need some more than others. Like, it's more than likely like you can't just go through a relationship and not touch the person just because like physical touch is like their least one. Like mine was this time, which was a little strange, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I saw that some of you guys, did the 5 love languages and put it on Discord. You can, oh man, I mean, Toby looks like, he's getting ready for Valentine's Day for some girl.
There you go. That man is getting ready.
Yeah, it's like he's just sitting at home waiting for the girl to cook him dinner. He's ready.
Got my bottles of wine on deck.
Yeah.
Many bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Been sampling.
Okay.
Age 12 years plus.
He looks like younger and like more mature at the same time.
Yeah, someone said that I actually look a lot younger. And it's kind of true because like I knew I wanted to trim down a lot of things, but not to the point of that's what that's actually something I should do is actually buy a robe.
Yeah.
Like for real. Cause I've never had a robe and like slippers. Oh, a long time ago I had slippers, but like I was like as a kid. But like imagine now as an adult just like coming out the shower with the wine and the robe and the slippers and then pour a glass of wine. Probably gonna the couch thing.
I just can't get over the fact like you look like every 90s like black rom-com. Like
that was the third genre I've heard now. It was black. People said it's either 90s comedies, sitcoms. They said it was 90s cartoon, like Hey Arnold.
okay.
Now I have rom.
Black rom. So they're sort of close with comedy. They just didn't quite where it's like I feel like you would star next to like Tay Diggs and like Lorenz Tate or something.
There you go.
Like, you'd be like a tertiary character, but you'd be there. You know, you'd probably have like a couple of lines.
I just hear it look good in the background.
Yeah. like Lorenz Tate has to go like say a poem and like you'd be like in the audience. Like I'd be like, yeah, he would be. you'd be like in poems. At a spoken word night. I'm fucking with you.
I'm just picturing. I just had a picture in my head. I was just like, "What even?"
Yeah, you just need to get like your ears pierced.
Oh god. I don't know if that's a resolution I'm trying. Yeah, so tattoos were a thing that came up among me and my siblings. That was some years ago, like maybe 3 years. Someone suggested that we should get matching tattoos. I was not psyched of the idea, but it's doable. But like piercing, I don't know.
I feel like a piercing is less.
It is less permanent.
Yeah, I feel like it's less extreme than a tattoo. No, like I'm not saying like tattoos are like extreme, but like
a small tattoo though, like a little small thing on the wrist maybe there. Nothing like crazy, but I get what you're saying because that tattoo will always be there. Like you take a shower or whatever, you notice it, right? But with the piercing, if you're smart, you're gonna take off the piercing before you go to bed, before you shower, and so it's not gonna. I don't do that. You said you. I don't know.
I shower and sleep with these things. Like I've been needing to like change up my earrings. So I'm like,
oh, fair enough. Never mind.
I don't care that much.
I just thought it would be like a danger thing. Like it might snap. Usually, there was someone that said there was an organization. Like basically, it was like an honor type thing where it was like don't wear like this like pin. Like we had a pin for it, and it was like don't wear this pin for the 3 S's: sleep, sex, which is like okay, where are you gonna wear it? That's weird. Let's not even think too hard about that. Where are you gonna wear that? And then also, I think shower was there, but again, you're naked. Where are you gonna wear this pin? And then stupid, which was like if you're gonna do something really stupid that would reflect badly on the honor society, don't wear this pin. Thumbs up.
Look, that's it.
That's Mr. Studio Girl. Ooh.
So yeah.
What was your first tattoo of, if you don't mind me asking?
There you go.
And where, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes.
So, random tangent about tattoos. Like, I hate how the lower back has such a bad rap for tattoo placement. Because I think, honestly, it's like the best place for a tattoo because it's like, it's prime real estate. Like, it's wide. It's a sexy area. You know, like, especially if you're, like, going to, like, the beach or something, or if you're wearing, like, you know, like a crop top or like a, you know, like a shirt, like a top that, like, shows, like, your midriff or something. you know, like I think that's. I always thought that was hot, but then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, tramp stamp, tramp stamp, tramp stamp, and then like with everything else, men just ruined it. So, but like,
Sad but true. Sad but
it's
true.
like, he was like, man, like that would like if I were to get a tattoo, and like that wasn't like a thing. Ooh, that's pretty. That's
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah, on the forearm. Okay. Okay. I like it. I dig it. But yeah, no, I just think like if there was no like you know stigma for like the lower back, like I probably would have had a lower back tattoo by now. Honestly, now I have no tattoo thanks to y'all.
Girl, you better get you a tattoo.
So, I mean, I don't know if I wanted to like. Sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I'm unsure. Like, you know, I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan, and Mikasa Ackerman is my favorite character. And she has like, I don't know if I'm spoiling anything, and I don't know.
I haven't seen many.
Anyway,
It's
like,
fine.
she has like a tattoo, like on like her wrist area right here. On one of her, I think it's on her. I don't know, one of her wrists, like left or right, and it's like a family crest or something. And I was like, that'd be kind of cool, but you know, I'm like, I don't know, because then I feel like I'd see it all the time, and I want a tattoo that, yeah. No, yesterday's episode that was good. That was deep. I like how I like what they did, but I finished reading the manga, so I know how everything ends. But no, the series, the anime is still absolutely fantastic. But yeah, you know, like I was thinking like maybe getting like her tattoo, but like I feel like I'd see it all the time. I get kind of annoyed. So it's like if I were to get a tattoo, it'd probably just be somewhere where I don't like see it all the time, like somewhere on my back, or you know, like back of my legs or thighs or something. Or like I hear like right here isn't too bad of like a place to get a tattoo. So I'm like, I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe like put like a quote or something, but I don't know. I'm so back and forth with tattoos. Like I feel like because I see a whole lot of people with tattoos all the time, it's just like it kind of makes me want a tattoo. It's like maybe I'm supposed to just have a tattoo by now. But so far, none of them have just manifested on my body yet. So, so is a commitment. I don't. Do you have a tattoo, Mark? No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets. No regrets.
I never saw
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it to you like this: I'm actually am looking. I actually need to get another one done. It's been what's this? 2022. I think it's about like 4 years since my last tattoo, and it's starting to fade. So I know I got to get it retouched up. But the next one I want to get, it's going to be time consuming, very time consuming. I think I got quoted like maybe 2 hours because it's highly detailed, and where it's going, it has to fit like this part of my shoulder. So I'm getting it right here.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on, wait a minute. You got commitment issues.
So you have no tattoos then.
Oh my gosh. Sir.
That's tight.
I'm gonna deal with you all later on that one. Okay.
Right? I think they're bad the same.
Yeah.
I feel like the face wouldn't be as bad as you think. I feel like the neck would be a little depending.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't know. I've seen some gnarly face tattoos. I'm like,
yeah. I don't know. I've never seen a good face tattoo, honestly. No offense to anyone with face tattoos.
no, I have not either. Like the majority of I've seen is like the whole face is covered up. I'm like, buddy, like that's your prerogative.
I heard that Megan Good's eyebrows are tattooed.
Really?
Yeah, that I can understand. Like, so you could just never bother doing your eyebrows, and they're just always perfect. But that I could see. I mean, kids are a bigger commitment than tattoos, though.
Oh, I thought he was saying that he was gonna give tattoos on his kids first.
Oh, no,
well,
I don't think so.
I thought he was. I was like, wait a second.
I think what he means is he's probably going to have when he has kids, he's probably going to get their names first. So like that's smart. I can see that. I can see that.
Well,
But this right here.
So I'm guessing in Final Destination, one of them, like somebody was getting like a face tattoo, really, or like just a tattoo, maybe on the neck.
I think what he's. I think. Chad, you can like correct me. You know, like how in any of the Final Destination movies, it's like somebody dies in the most gruesome way possible, like
right,
gruesome way. For Chad, it's like he sits down, gets a tattoo, like the needle. If it just so happens to nick a vein, then he's gonna oh man.
Oh my
Worst way.
Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't see Demon Slayer on Sunday. It's like elaborate death sequences.
That part. Oh yeah.
Okay. But so I did want to mention about the 5 love languages when everybody did theirs. I noticed that mostly men, physical touch was very, very high on theirs. Like for you, Ron, and Chad, and I want to say for Brock too.
Oh, Brock too.
Yeah, Toby's. I know yours was acts of service.
Yeah,
yours was
super high.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. Let me actually bring it up. So like it, I do know that I feel like, like men, not to like, stereotype or whatever, but like men tend to be, like more physical, like more sexual. So, and sometimes like, I guess when it comes to like reading certain things, like, if like a woman is like sort of just playful and like, touching him on his shoulder when it's like probably more than likely to be misconstrued as flirting when it's just her just not just kind of just being friendly, because I guess she probably feels comfortable enough to touch him. That's an alarm clock.
I have some interesting alarms, so I can't say anything.
Is it because you wish Mariah Carey was touching your body, Mark?
See, that's what I thought first. He was saying was that like he is like literally he wakes up and he has like a dream. That's how he was. I was like, wait a second.
Right, he's mad about women cooking for Toby, but he has Mariah Carey touching his body.
Well, like a dream or something, but yes.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh man, I was thinking about the song. The name of her song is "Touch My Body."
Of course, yeah. He wakes up to Mariah Carey touching him in his dream every night. Imagine.
Something. That's different.
You're like lucky you get dreams like that. My dreams are just like not even fun.
Honestly.
I had like this weird dream where like this one actor was like getting ready to like propose to me. I guess like we were dating, but it was like the most random actor. And I'm like, I don't even know how he got into my dreams, into my subconscious.
Let alone how did he show up in my life?
I thought you were going to say, I don't know how he got into my DMs.
I don't know. I don't
I
know,
don't
he was a good
how
looking
my-
guy, but it was just like the most random of actors to like I don't even know how to be like, oh, have you seen this? Because I guarantee you didn't even see this. So it's like this, like I know he plays opposite Alyssa Milano on this one movie that's on Netflix that's relatively new. I think it's called Brazen or something. I never watched the movie yet, but I know that he's in the movie. And it's like this white dude. And it was just very random that he was like the one to be. I was like, I guess we were dating for a really long time because that's how it felt in the dream. And I was like, holy shit, he's about to propose. Oh my goodness. But I'm like, why was that? It was just the most random actor. Like, I mean, it was pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't mind marrying him. He's a good looking guy. Like, but no, that was the most interesting dream I've had in a while. Before my dreams are just sort of like meh. I wish it was Michael B. Jordan. I literally said it was a white guy. It probably hasn't shown on YouTube yet that I said that.
Wow. There you go.
Michael, I wish it was Michael B. Jordan like every day, but
Oh snaps! I can't even get mad at that. Nope, ain't even. Can't even. Like he is a handsome young chap.
He is a handsome young chap.
So it's like, yeah, okay, ladies, go for him. You know, yes.
And he's into anime. You know,
Just saying.
That's a game changer.
Just saying, but you might have to fight him for Steve Harvey's daughter.
Yeah.
Love that he said.
Is it Jordan?
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
I don't know how.
Yeah. You
Is he?
I think.
Oh darn! I totally had a chance.
You had a chance. You did.
Yeah.
Believe in the heart of the cards, though.
The heart of the cards. I just had to, you know, get the last piece for Obelisk the Tormentor, and then I would have had Michael B. Jordan. That's how it works, right?
Boom.
Oh, I never seen Free Guy, and I did want to see that. I wonder if it's playing it, like if it's streaming anywhere, like Amazon Prime or something. I feel like it should be somewhere by now. It's been a while.
Right.
Like, not to take away from the discussion. Continue. It's a very tall neck bottle. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Chateau de Fabrique. I can't speak French, but Chateau de Fabrique. Chateau Costier. That thing, yeah.
No, it's giving you neck, all right.
It's all right. It is a month because neck is gonna be given one way or another. But moving on from that.
Okay.
No, I'm not really. I mean,
I love it here. I love it here.
I love it. So, I actually have one like this one over here.
Because I guess like dry. I personally can deal with reds, like dry reds. Like it's nice to have like nice sparkling, like not super. Oh, Cab Sav. I actually forget what those ones. I actually have a few, but I haven't opened them yet. So there's the Cab Savs. Honestly, I couldn't really tell you like exactly what wine is the best. I was Chaz. That's not a reaction to what I said.
I
Um,
know.
I think I have some sparkling reds. Stella Rosa is kind of a nice classic. Semi-sweet. I'm probably not try like doing overly sweet. Like there are some good ones like Lambrusco, Reunite,
Okay.
Flying Solo. Wait, can you show that again?
Sure.
I just
Well,
was trying to see the
it's
what
a
type of wine.
Grenache.
Grenache Blanc. That's the thing. They just make up names for like types of wines. I'm like, all right, I don't even know
No,
how
they
to.
don't. It's like the region.
Wait, but the correct the thing in the right side, or it's like a Blanc something.
Grenache.
Grenache.
It's like the region. So like Grenache is probably either it's like the grape or like where the region it's grown. It's a French wine.
Mm,
Very
interesting.
nice.
French is good. I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because half my family was born in France, but
And if you're into sweet, there's one called Sweet Red. There's like a lady blowing
oh,
bubble gum.
that sounds familiar. Like even looking at that image, because Sorzo, that the name doesn't sound familiar, but I've seen that logo. I feel like, or something like it. Oh, Argentina has really good. I forgot what the type of wine was, but there was a type of wine. Maybe was it Syrah? No, no, that wasn't. That was a different one. That's so unfortunate because I can't remember right now what type of wine.
White Bacardi. Okay, speak
Argentina.
about language, Mark.
I'm gonna find it real quick. Oh man, I mean, this does work out well with the month, especially Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness, next
God
week.
And
Chili. I don't know much about chili wine.
guess I'll be drinking the Flying Solo on Valentine's Day.
What? Is that a type of?
Oh, I love Malbecs.
I think it was Malbec. I think Malbec was the
Mhm.
one that when I looked it up, it said the best ones were Argentine, but you can also get them from different regions. I don't remember which Malbec I bought, but it's somewhere. I've been like collecting because they're so cheap. Like sometimes under $10, maybe it's closer to 20. But like I'm like, dang, you have to be careful because it can really add up. But just getting this bottle of wine, even some like 1.5 liters, still have been in the range of $15. I'm like, dang, this is like a really good value.
For sure.
Um, so wine. I have a friend. She prides herself. She says she's a connoisseur. And that she, I know, right? I was like, all right, bet. So I need to come to her too for like more wine recs. Cause I don't know. I used to be really, really into like beer, and then like liquor is liquor, like, but wine. There is something nice about it, and like the vino.
Yeah, the Vivino app. I used to have it on like an old phone. You just have to, you go into the app and you take a picture of the label, and it shows you like ratings of the wine, how much it usually costs, and like sometimes even tells you like what foods to pair it with. Actually, a very extensive, amazing, just library of information. And also, it's really helpful when you're like either if you're like at Trader Joe's and that one happens to have like wine, or if you go to Total Wine, or if you like if you're just out somewhere. But it's very impressive on a date if like a man knows how to pair a wine with food. I've yet to experience that, but I assume it'd be impressive because I would be impressed. Yeah.
Taking notes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be a good gift, I'd say. I would I don't know, because like I feel like food stuff could be both gift and acts of service. I guess it depends on the food. Like if it's like I feel like acts of service would just be making dinner, but a gift would be like making your favorite food. I feel like that would be more of a gift. Or making a meal to pair with, their favorite wine. I feel like that would probably be more of a gift. So yeah, gifts was a little bit higher on my list than normal. Usually it's usually like the lowest. My lowest this time was physical touch. And
All right.
it was it was sort of like something that I just kind of recently realized because, especially being like a woman, girls can be like touchy-feely with each other when it comes to like expressing themselves and, like whether it's like laughing and like touching or like just getting your attention or just like saying something or trying to get somebody's attention. Toby knows the difference.
Yeah, at first I was just like, wait, but it's because of the cooking thing.
Oh, okay. Like,
Mhm.
I guess then it's always been acts of service because I don't particularly have like a favorite meal that people have cooked. I just let them cook whatever they like for themselves, like what they're comfortable with, and especially if they're from a certain area, it's like, yeah, cook your Haitian dish, your Kenyan dish, East African. But for my birthday, maybe yes, I will have my favorite meal cooked for me once I figure out what my favorite meal is.
once you figure out your favorite meal is,
It shifts. I feel like
it's chips.
I said it shifts. Like it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's. I mean, chips. If it was like maybe British chips, but that would still be weird. I don't want to eat French fries for like a whole meal.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was just like, really, this whole time your favorite food was just chips.
Yeah.
It's just chips. Amuse me, swirls
It's
go.
iconic.
um,
Oh
I
man,
like it.
yes. I was like,
yeah. So like when it comes to like physical touch, like it always kind of like bothered me. I was like, why the heck is this person like touching my knee to get my attention? And like, why is this person like, like showing like, it's like touching me. I'm like, I don't really need to like be touched. Like I don't mind hugs. I like hugs a lot. But like I think because like hugs end. So like it's like, hey, how's it going? It's not like, hey, how's it going? And then like, you do like one of these, like, all right, how you feeling? Let me know.
oh god.
So like one of my guy friends, he was telling me how, because he works in Miami, and Miami is like a lot of like, like Latino people, Latin American people. So like they're always very like physically expressive, and like I'd say like physical touch would probably be hella high for a lot of them, and like they're just very comfortable, like with like the cheek kisses just to say hello, and and stuff like that. So my friend was saying, and like, oh, at work, they would like, be like, hey, what's going on? And then like when instead of like leaving the hug, they would just like have their arms around like, like around your neck, being like, all right, what's going on, puppy? How's it going? Talk to me. What's wrong? Like, how's everything? And it's like, you guys are like right here. I was like, that's uncomfortable. I'll be like, yo, get the fuck off of me. It's like, this is over. We can, part ways now.
Break.
Yeah.
Like,
not the huddle. Break.
right. Yeah. So like for me personally, it's like, okay, hugs and stuff like that. Like, like tapping me on my shoulder to get my attention. Sure, you don't need to like touch my knee or my thigh or something just because you're just that comfortable. It's like I'm not. But yeah, because it just makes me feel like, yo, like, are you trying to like make a pass at me, girl? Like trying to like make a move? Because it's like you're not for me. So like it's always been like a little bit uncomfortable, and I literally just kind of came to terms with this because I was always sort of like, okay, I understand that you're listening to me, but like, why do you have your hand on my hand right now? It's like I'm like telling a story now. I'm like, what are they trying to do? You kind of just like took me out of what I was trying to say. So physical touch is usually like, unless like it's a hug, or if you're like we're trying to be intimate, you don't really need to touch me. So just hugs, high fives, quick, fantastic. But like,
up and at 'em.
right, it's like I don't need to like cuddle with you, on the couch and we're just friends. Ironically though, I guess like depending on my mood, and I know it can be hella confusing. Like I guess because it's sort of the thing of like, and this is something I wanted to get into as well. Like, how do you show affection versus like how do you like to receive it? Like, I like, wouldn't like for friends, like I wouldn't mind, just like leaning my head on like a shoulder of a friend, which of course that's really fucking confusing. I could see that. But it's like, oh, this is like my friend, this is my buddy. But it's like, if anybody else tries to do that with me, I'd be like, yo, no. It's like, I could do this with you, sure, whatever. We're friends. You try to do this with me, it's like I'm not here. I'm not here to console. You console me. I don't need to console.
Oh, snap.
Like,
Yeah, I can see that being confusing. I can see that.
But like I have friends that,
Mhm.
like one of my friends, like he loves to cuddle. Like I don't really cuddle with him, but if I'm like drunk, then I know I could like give him a big hug or something like that. And he'd reciprocate that. Sorry for being confusing. It's fine though. We're all here to share.
Yes.
We're good. We are good. We're good. No, but I get it though. I get it, and I think when it comes to the love languages, regardless of which one it is, you almost have to kind of like fill out your partner and see what's their love language, and even then, like ask them. Don't automatically assume, touching your hand is okay because again, they may not like that. And especially if you are a person who loves physical touch, you have to be mindful that some people have certain boundary lines. Like if they want you to hold their hand, they will say something or do something to acknowledge, hey, I want you to hold my hand, or hey, give me some personal space. So you have to respect that, and even then, again, being able to be in a position to communicate and to express, like, this is my love language. What's your love language? What are some things that make you comfortable? What are some things that make you uncomfortable? That's going to help a whole lot. It's going to have a whole less drama, less headache, and more so of, yeah, yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to circle back because Elle, you were saying about affection, like how one shows and how one receives. Did you want to spin that one? Yeah.
Sure. So like I personally like quality time and words of affirmation. Like, like just being told, that you appreciate me as a friend. You could like be like, hey, like thank you for doing this thing. This helped me out in XYZ way. Thanks for, like the advice you gave, blah, blah, this really helped, this and that, and what have you. So I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Quality time, just being able to spend time with the person, just even like talking on the phone or, especially undivided attention is big, which I think is big with quality time too. But for some people, it's just not just being in the same room. It could be more than enough. Like for me, a huge thing is just undivided attention. Just being able to talk and, divulge whatever and, be totally open with this person is huge and it's massive for me. When it comes, that's how like I like to receive like love and affection. Also like acts of service, which I believe was, I think mine was acts of service and gifts. Or it was acts of service and gifts. This is just like a roadmap. It's not who I am 24/7, but like,
oh, that's just not your personality incarnate.
Exactly. So like acts of service is like I do appreciate you know, like if I'm super busy and I got a lot of things doing, like, because I live alone, and like being a homeowner on top of that too, it's just like you feel like you just got stretched thin. So, like when things are done for me, it's like a massive help, and it's just like very appreciative. Of course, like gift giving, I feel like for me, like acts of service and gift giving are almost together in a way, but like gift giving, which when it's like when I know that person was listening to something that I said that I liked, and I just said it in passing, and I remember that shit. That A, that shit's really fucking hot, and B, it's like super appreciative, and I feel like that's also like words of affirmation, and mainly quality time to just sort of like reverberated back to me. Where it's like, oh, this person listened, like they actually like appreciated what I said, because I don't know, like I'm the youngest of 7, and also a woman, so I'm kind of used to being ignored. So it's just really, and yeah, of course everybody likes being heard, but I just really appreciate being heard. So that's like how I receive love. How I give love is usually I try to with like physical touch, especially if I know that that's something that's big with them. Like one of my friends that I mentioned, that he loves cuddling, so I always make sure, to like that I know I could just always hug him because he's always like open for that. And of course, everybody needs physical affection. I'm not some weirdo, but like so like I tend to show it that way, to like also to show that I'm like listening as well. I mean, like especially if somebody like said something like serious, I may like touch their hand and reach out because it's just like a natural reaction to something. Gift giving, I listen to people really well. You could just say something like in passing, like what your favorite color is. And I tend to be pretty good at remembering birthdays and things like that. Like I know Toby's is next month, and Ronald's is October, November, because you're a Scorpio. I tend to remember like favorite colors, like things that like people appreciate, like that they do and things like that. So I kind of just keep that like in like a mental file in my head, and like if Christmas is coming up or like a birthday, and I happen to have enough, usually like all of my money tends to just go to like my family because I have such a massive family. But like if I had a partner, like hell yeah, I'd love to like buy him shit. You kidding? Like that, that would be awesome. But I don't, so I don't have anyone to quote unquote spoil. So, but gift giving is a big thing. Like, I pay attention to things, I may notice like small things that they may be missing. I try to like ask about it, like kind of slyly instead of just going out and buying it, in case like maybe, it's like, hey, how come you don't have, I don't know, like a shoe rack? And it's like, oh, shoe racks are against my religion. It's like, okay, now I know not to buy a shoe rack. I don't want to just go up and buy a shoe rack for him if it was, against his religion. But because like one thing, I feel like I'm similar to my mom a bit in that way, where she would just like kind of like buy things for me. But I always sort of hated it because it was like she would buy things that would fit her style for me, or she would buy things that like she would need, but because she would need it doesn't necessarily mean like I need it. So I'm very mindful of that too. So gift giving is usually like definitely a way of how I show love. And also I just sometimes straight up ask people like, hey, what do you want for your birthday? Like especially like my siblings more so. I feel bad because it's like, yeah, I'd love to like buy things for like my friends and things like that, but it's just like I literally just don't have the money, which is unfortunate. Like it's bad because they're like, oh, so and so's birthday. It's like, okay, let's go do something. One of my best friends, quality time is a big one for him. So he like if it's even if it's just to go like to do an activity together for his birthday, like he loves it. Like he is 100% satisfied. He's just like, I'm with my best friends. We're out here, doing XYZ thing. Even if it's just like going to a bar and having a drink or, you know, doing something new like rock climbing. He absolutely is like fulfilled with just that, which, I 100% get as well. But like, but you also have to, be mindful not to like push what you would want onto other people. Personally, I would like a gift for for my birthday. 'Cause I do like and appreciate gifts, but it depends. Now I feel like it has to be useful. I can't just have like random ass stuff in my home anymore because it just takes up space and I end up just like throwing it out. But like I would appreciate like some kind of gift, but but definitely like I'm 100% like more very very appreciative of just spending time together with people, and if they buy me drinks, that's great too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Hey. DJL. Yeah.
There's a thing that you said with that. Well, one was, and I didn't get to go into it as much because of I missed the Christmas episode, but registries, beautiful things. You have them for baby showers, weddings, but like you don't really have them for like Christmas or even your birthday. It's just kind of like, let's play this guessing game and hope that we know what everyone wants for their whatever. And so registry could be useful in that regard. It might seem a little presumptuous, but like, hey, if we want this to be a mutual thing where you are unsure what you want to get me and I know what I need, then we help each other out. Excuse me. Like if someone was already planning on buying you something. And then, yeah, everything else you said too. It makes sense. And sometimes it doesn't need to be the fanciest thing, but if someone does like buy you a drink or do whatever, that adds on top of it. But sometimes just knowing that people thought of you or spent time with you is good. Blame the algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah. Algorithm sometimes loves us and other times it doesn't. But we still give the algorithm the middle finger and we keep on keeping on doing what we do best.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know what the word is. Probably the word love. Might be it is like Valentine's Day time, so that might be magic trigger word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. This is probably the number one rebuttal I would see on that. And that is really nice. Like someone gave me this cool wallet. I don't have it right now, but it's like an RFID lock-in wallet and it has like a little slide down. When you pull it out, the cards come out almost like a step case. Like
okay.
And that because they all came out at once. It's gonna be like, which card is which?
Right, exactly.
Staggers. And I was like, oh, this is really smart. Because when you put them in, they're all next to each other. Like you can probably fit 6 cards pushing it. But then, yeah, you pull, and it doesn't fall out because I was like, yo, I always wondered like how those metal or those like type of wallets that were like that, how would they actually work to not just fall out. But it fits in there. You pull the thing down, it comes out. And a friend knew that I needed a wallet. And I was like, oh, that's super dope. I appreciate that. And so that was something I got. They got it for Christmas, like for me for Christmas. And when I came back to Mass, they had it. Similarly, there was like this big backpack. It's huge. Like I haven't had a backpack this big. It can actually fit this computer, and this computer is a pretty large laptop. And so this was supposed to be like a travel bag because my old laptop ripped. So it's always nice when someone kind of like observes you enough to kind of know like, yeah, you probably need something like this. So I definitely respect that too. And for me, I'm not really picky in terms of the getting of gifts. Like you get whatever, and it's like, it's like a friend got me like a beard kit, right? And I already kind of had a few beard kits. So like right now, it's more something I'm going to keep in the back. But I appreciate that they thought of that. Like I'm not really too picky to be like, oh, this isn't something I need. How dare you? But it's more of the giving part where I'm like stressed and anxious because I'm like, oh crap, do I know this person well enough? And that's why I'm like, where's your registry at, so I can just check something off. But no, I mean, yeah, it does make it a little bit fun sometimes. Maybe not when you have a whole family. Like I shouldn't say have a family because I don't have
A big family with
I don't have a kid like kids and wife, but like my
right,
family
yeah.
is 6, and 6 isn't huge, especially for you, Elle. You're one of 7 siblings. I'm one of 4. But even like compared to some people I know, I'm like, oh, y'all really don't have siblings, or not a lot. They're like 4 people. That's a lot. I'm like, when there's 6 of us gathering around the house, it doesn't seem big at all. It's just this is us. Sometimes it actually seems pretty small. Like, oh, it's just
I mean, that's like a normal size table. Like the table that I'm sitting on has 6 chairs. So like,
true.
yeah, that's like the normal size like long table.
Yeah, it's not like you don't need one of the extra big ones where it's like, oh, you have 8, 10. Right then, it's like, okay, we actually need to figure something out. But 6 fits pretty easily. Like you could even have 3 people on the long side. I mean, maybe not as comfortably, but you could have 3 on each side,
That's
right?
true.
And you could have mom and dad, and then it ends up being 8.
Mhm.
So for 6, we have plenty of space around the table. It's just when you have cousins over, that's a thing, but that's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
With extended family.
No, true.
But anyway, it's a good point, Chad.
Yeah, definitely agree. Valentine's plans. Not well. Hold on. Before I start lying, hold on. Let me think. Yes, I do. However, it's not set in stone yet because
Okay.
a lot of the things is kind of contingent on the weather and what it does here because my car doesn't do well in snow. And even though it doesn't do well in snow, it still pretty much gets me from point A to point B safely. So it's like it has its perks, but it really does depend upon the weather and whatnot. And even then, I'll probably end up doing something around the house, just something as far as saying, I appreciate you for doing what you're doing, including putting up with me and all of these bad kids that we have and making sure ain't nobody's head rolling and all that other good stuff. And um, even then, it's just again spending that time and just keeping each other company, regardless of what's going on. So, depending upon the weather, I have one thing in mind, and if that doesn't fall through, then I have a plan B.
Okay.
So I'm always like doing something, and even then, some of the smallest things to do would be get like a car that's like not just any old car. Like no, it has to be like a very well thought out car, and it has to have some kind of meaning, some kind of connection. Where I'm like, oh yeah, I know she's going to love this, and then pair that with one of her favorite chocolates, and then throw in a carnation or two, and make it like a little like care package, and just like I was thinking about you, I was out and blah blah blah, but here you go, happy Valentine's Day, and even then, just do it just because, man. Listen here, You bring it back Colorado vibes. You are bringing back Colorado vibes. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, for the most part, that's really it. You know, and even if we don't do anything like that, I think that the last Valentine's Day, it was just just watching. It was like we just binge watched on anime and just
All
ate
right.
sushi.
Because last year, like Attack on Titan, like they had like their new episode, I think, was on Valentine's Day.
I think so. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, yeah.
yeah,
And even then, I'm gonna say because even then, even if we didn't watch Attack on Titan, we binge watched on so many animes it wasn't even funny. And then if we didn't do that, then we binge watched Supernatural until we couldn't take it anymore. And if we didn't do that, then we were watching some kind of movie or whatever. So it was always something. And so which kind of ties in as far as like how I show affection and how I receive it. It's like though yes, my uh, love language chart it says physical touch and at number one, and then kind of like everything else is like really close, and then receiving gifts is like dead last. It actually does fluctuate.
of
It
course.
actually it actually does fluctuate from depending upon what's going on. It fluctuates a lot. It fluctuated a lot. So though yes, primarily yes, I don't mind the cuddling and I don't mind, the holding hands because there was a point in time where I didn't like it at all. I hated it. It was like, why? Why am I touch why are you touching me? Why are you laid up on me? I need my space. But yeah, I was one of them. I was one of them. I
Probably
was
me
one of
right now. I'll probably say,
I was one of them. But I found out like, as I got older and whatnot, I was like, okay, I could deal with this. It's not super bad. It was like, okay, no big deal. And even then, it was more so not necessarily security for me, but it was security for her. Because even if, you know, life went haywire and whatnot, it was like, okay, at least if I'm just chilling on the couch and whatnot, she comes and just pops right there and just puts her head on my lap, and I just look at her and just be like, okay, and just brush her hair, and that's it. Nothing has to be spoken, nothing has to be said. It's just silence. It's like, okay. And so, and again, that's oh my gosh, that's like, hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure I get my dates right. So in two more, well, actually no, like a week in a day, a week and 2 days actually. If I did my math right. I already suck at math right now. But like in a week and like some days, we'll be celebrating our 18 years as a couple. Yeah, 18
a
years as a
full
couple.
adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've known my wife since high school, and we make this a big thing where February 21st we kind of celebrate like that day of being a couple, and so we kind of make it a little big deal. So even if we don't do anything on Valentine's Day, we for sure make sure we do something on the 21st
Hmm.
because that's when we actually got together. She got suspended because she was fighting on the bus. You know, fun fact.
Awesome.
So that whole week of Valentine's Day, nah, she was not at school. Not at school. So when she came, I was like, "Hey, you're my girlfriend," and then there it goes. So if we don't do anything on the 14th, we typically do something on the 21st, and that's never changed since then. Never changed.
Mm.
It's always been the same. And even then, you know, just again spending that quality time, like that means a lot. That means a lot. If anybody that's in a relationship that wants to kind of enhance it, find some time and just spend time. You know, whatever. You'll be surprised what it does, and even then, you'll be surprised like how it just changes you as a person and the valuable nuggets and insights that comes out of it. It will do you justice. It'll do you justice. And again, don't be afraid to kind of, even though yes, if let's say, you know, acts of service is your main one, don't be afraid to venture out into other aspects because though that one might be your main, you might flow in like two, three other things that you necessarily didn't think about that you flowed in, and it just comes out naturally just as well.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a good gauge as far as I wouldn't necessarily say growth because that would be wrong. That would be a very wrong term to say. It's a good gauge of basically what are your likes because your likes typically change year after year.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you may like one thing more so over another, and you can kind of see that, and you're like, oh, okay, so you know, even though this one was my main, I see that I've grown in these other aspects, or I find myself doing these ones a little bit more in conjunction to what my main one is, and even then, the ones that you kind of been doing the most, in a sense, it actually helps increase. It actually helps with your main love language, believe it or not.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yes, yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. And and to your point too, I know that the last few years, I find myself, if I can remember people's birthdays and whatnot, I find myself doing a lot more cards. And again, like I said, it's just not just any old kind of cards. It's like it has to have something with some type of meaning that actually connects to that person because I know who that person is.
Okay.
And I find myself doing that, and I find myself um, actually bringing more smiles than anything else. Like for an example, my brother he had a birthday last year. Last year was his birthday in October, and you know it was like, okay, what can I give somebody who has everything? Like this man wants for nothing at all. You know, maybe some slugs, but you know, slugs is out of stock for right now. So okay, cool, great, whatever. So I'm looking like, okay, what about I just get him a card? And so reading through the cards, and I found one that fits him so well. And I filled it out, you know, said happy birthday, you know, love you much, blah blah blah. Gave it to him, and you could almost see like a tear forming in the corner of his eye because it actually touched him in a way where it's like, oh wow. He was like, man, he was like I ain't trying to be mushy or anything. He said, but this is one of the best cards, one of the best birthday gifts I've gotten. I'm like, well, that's because you know you typically like a lot of the stuff that I want to give you, you already have. So
Right.
it's like trying to find something that you don't have. You make it really, really hard to do, sir. So like, but I know with a card, I know it's going to last a long time. It's going to last a long time. So I've been finding myself doing that and celebrating, of course, his wedding anniversary, and of course his wife. I've known her for years. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've known her for years, and so just finding little stuff that fits her and whatnot. And even then, buying her a card that's more so tailored towards her as well has been very awesome, very, very awesome. So I'm gonna take my spill after that, and I'm gonna let somebody else speak.
Um, well, yeah, I'm trying to think of a segue for that. I know in
Question
general.
was like what you're doing for Valentine's Day, or
Oh
just say
yeah.
what you want to say. Don't
Oh
no, you don't have to.
no, that actually reminds me. That was something where, because I was like the single being the not the president, but probably a high-ranking senior member of the Single Awareness Club, the Singles for. Because obviously Valentine's Day is Singles Awareness Day. You have to raise awareness. um, no,
Oh
but
my gosh.
it was just fine. Like even though I self-deprecate with it, I actually am perfectly fine and happy being single. But I think like for Valentine's Day, like I'm even trying to remember what the days were. I think last year was a Sunday. There was a friend of mine, I will admit, that like I wouldn't say we were talking, but like we had good conversations. Like she we even like kind of had like a little because there was like a because this was really like in the heart of the pandemic, so February 2021. you know it's been almost a year, but like things were pretty dire, and so like we watched like a nice little stream. It was like this like R&B stream where like normally they do these big events in person that are like these concert parties, but they were doing like these virtual streams, and so I was like, you want to watch the stream? And like that wasn't Valentine's Day, that was probably like a few weeks before, but I remember that day I watched the stream by myself because like whatever, it's nice little R&B music. Then there was like there was an event at a lounge, like a party or whatever, so I went there because that was a Sunday. 2020 Valentine's Day, I guess, was a Saturday. I don't really remember much about Valentine's Day or I think it was actually a Friday. And so for the most part, I probably just like didn't really do much. I just used the day. Lots of memes, jokes. Maybe if there are events that are themed. Like I know that I did go to like a lock and key mix because I never really heard of that. So you have, I guess, the key. Is that how they do it? So the guys have the key, women have locks, and you try to see which key goes with which lock. I didn't find whoever my key belonged to. I don't think I did. So it was whatever because I wasn't that pressed. This was like my first. I wasn't even a month into being in Boston yet. Like I moved MLK Day 2019.
Okay, then the next one.
Yeah, so it was like 3 weeks later. It was Valentine's Day. And so I was just happy to meet people. It was like the Boston Young Black Professionals Network. So I was just happy to meet people in the area and see what was going on. I think 2020 was around. Actually, it's funny. 2020, I kind of resolved myself that I was going to go out and meet more people because I hadn't really been like going clubbing. Like I would go to events and like, with some parties here and there, people host stuff, but usually it was just like small kickbacks, maybe like special events. I wasn't just like, because for me, I would have to drive 35, almost 40 minutes into Boston. And I was like, do I feel like doing this on a Friday? Also, that was around the time. Oh, now I remember why. It wasn't even because of Valentine's Day. It was because dropping out of the campaign. Campaign, that was February 11th. And so at that point, it was like, yeah, I'm already like, if that's like gone, now I'm not putting like as much time and energy into like whatever, like even if it wasn't volunteering, just like very like religiously, almost obsessively following things, then okay, I'm gonna kind of get my life back and socially let me go out more. So February 11th, that was the primary in New Hampshire. That was a Tuesday. And then Friday, I remember going out to the club. Nothing really special about it. I think I went out most of that weekend. Sunday, I did like meet somebody. It was cool. It wasn't anything crazy. We just like talked a little bit. We kept in touch. We're still friends, but like, we weren't really talking like after because then COVID hit so quickly after too. So like, whatever plans I was gonna make during the month were kind of dashed of the month of March. But like sometimes Valentine's Day has been like around other things that were more interesting. But as a day, it wasn't something that I partook a lot in. Especially like when I had like a lot of good friends, like I think in college, I don't know, it wasn't really much of anything special. But I feel like in grad school, like I really like noticed it more because I had good friends who I normally would have been with, and then they were occupied. So I'm like, oh wow, this seems lonelier and emptier than usual.
Mm.
In terms of just like hanging out with whoever, guy and girlfriends. So I kind of noticed it more. But like as a professional now, I mean, this will be the first Valentine's Day when things have been fully reopened. I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference, but like it's on a Monday. It's a work day. What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing much anyway. Go to work, go home. But the weekend is kind of like special because it just happens to coincide. A good friend of mine's birthday is Saturday. Another friend's baby shower is also that same Saturday. So that's the 12th. So it's kind of like there's a lot happening over the weekend that's probably going to keep me preoccupied. But Valentine's Day, I mean, next week stream is the day after Valentine's Day. So like we could talk more about Valentine's Day that day. But honestly, because we are, this is the only stream that we have before Valentine's Day right now. I'm going to use the moment to, let me see if I can find this article because I felt so validated in my worldview when I saw this. And I hope that y'all can get on my side too. I basically said Valentine's Day is a destructive holiday, should probably be abolished, banned in schools like CR, like critical race theory. And no, but because of I'm not really bitter toward Valentine's Day, like, but I think I just was horrified by a few things. Like one, it's the number one day that people break up on, and I've told this to a few
Really?
people. Yeah, like out of all the holidays that you have, Valentine's Day number one by far.
I feel like it would be like at least.
I can see that.
At least what?
I feel like it'd be at least before Thanksgiving, like before you meet like the family and all that.
That's like number two. Thanksgiving and Christmas were like really, and New Year's were all over like the next three basically because you meet family on both of those holidays. New Year's kind of like that whole New Year, New Day. You just look at your life. What don't I like? Oh, goodbye.
Right, yeah. But Valentine's Day is the number one. Damn.
It's the pressure. I think what it is holiday people's relationships that are already on life support. Valentine's Day just pulls the plug.
Right. I guess it's like right after the holidays and Valentine's Day isn't that far away. Then it's like, no, I have to get this bitch another gift now. So I don't even know. You know, it's like they start to think back. It's like, what does she even do for my, for Christmas for me? Or what did he do? Or what do they do? You know, it's like,
I appreciate this thing.
Yeah, like no. But like on Valentine's Day, though, I feel like today or yesterday, at least a week before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I wonder
the day after, so you're not like being all annoying on Facebook.
And it might be actually more of what holidays like. I don't know if it's always the exact day, but it's because of Valentine's Day. Like maybe it is a day before, maybe it's a day after, but it's very much because of Valentine's Day that ends up being like the number one like holiday surrounding a breakup. I have to find that article because that's not something I've seen in a few years maybe, but I remember boycott Val. So there's literally something from Psychology Today, the romance of boycotting Valentine's Day. It's on my phone, but I'm gonna see if I can find it on my computer if this wants to cooperate with me.
But no, I agree with you, Toby. Like when it comes to Valentine's Day, it's after a long cold. Yeah. What I was gonna say too was Valentine's Day. I could understand why a lot of people would break up on Valentine's Day, and again, to the points that you made, if a lot of people's relationships are on life support, and especially if the relationship itself has been super rocky, it'll probably be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not even going to deal with the gifts and this and that and this and that. Like, nope, cutting the quicks. This is the last date. I'm gonna pay for the tab. I'm out. Bye. And it just get left there. Like that's harsh. And even then, I also want to say because of the fact Valentine's Day itself has been super commercialized and whatnot, that it adds more unnecessary pressure than what it needs to be. Again, my opinion. And then again, that's like with all the holidays in general. It's like it's been super commercialized. It puts more pressure, more stress on the individual more than what it needs to be. It's just like Valentine's Day is simple. Share love, get candy, and just do what you typically do. If you're already giving candy and whatnot, already giving a gift, then Valentine's Day is just treat like an ordinary day. Or for some people, it's a makeup day. Like, I'm sorry, you know, here's flowers and candy. Go to a nice fancy restaurant. Take me back, kind of ordeal. It's like, sure, but we still got to deal with some issues in the relationship as well. So what we gonna do? Again, my thoughts, my opinions.
That's where Chad came in with that. If you get a car, that's an apology, Maybe that's why it's like, let me try to do this big thing. You realize I can't vacation away our problems. I can't gift away these problems. I mean, sometimes I've heard the secret though is like, if you say you hungry to your girl when she's mad or about to argue with you, then it doesn't solve the problem, but like it just opens up a way into having a discussion, give their favorite food, and now it's like, yes.
No, I mean, like, sometimes people are upset because they're hungry. Some people are hungry.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's probably like helpful. It's like, hey, you hungry? Like, let's go play the song.
I like that. I like the play on words. I like the play on words.
When bills come due.
I like the play on words.
Yeah, no, money's a stressful thing, and it just sucks how not every gift requires money. Like, I guess this also goes back to how to how your partner appreciates like love and affection. Like a gift would be cool. Like, I know a lot of women who don't like flowers. I know a lot of women who don't like flowers. It's like, don't get me like they see flowers as pointless because they always just end up dying after. Like, there's no way to just keep flowers alive for like ever unless like you plant them in the ground, but nobody does that. They put them in a vase. So I know a lot of women who don't like flowers. Like, chocolates, are nice or whatever. But this just goes to show. This is just like however your partner receives love. Like what Ron was saying. Just watch a movie and just chill out on the couch. It's probably like, it's just a time to like just spend with each other. It could also just be like, you could try to do something, cheap. We could have like a picnic. You could cook dinner, like whatever food you have in the fridge, and then just go to a park and eat it there. That's little to no money. Or, there might be like a bottle of wine that you guys just haven't drank, or, you probably just, you guys could just get crazy and just like finish off the liquor that you have. Like, just, yeah. Just like, it's like, what if we just got really drunk and just watched a ton of movies or something, or like playing video games, like really fucking drunk. I feel like that would be fun.
Oh yeah, and you know what? That actually does sound
fun.
Actually, I didn't even think about that because I didn't think about like Valentine's Day. I just thought of like gift in general. But yes, next week, no one. We are not going to the Boston Commons.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, what is like? That's definitely a Florida suggestion.
Well, hold on. If actually, you know what? No, that is actually a really good suggestion, especially if you're your partner is an outdoorsy type of person, that's actually a really good idea. Most parks, they have some kind of snow trail that you can walk in, and especially during the winter months where a lot of states that typically get snow, that's a really inexpensive date as it is. Anyways,
Yeah.
that is a really inexpensive date. You know, get you some hot chocolate, take it with you, especially like in a thermos. Yeah, take it with you so that way you can stay warm. And of course, naturally you're gonna get cold, so you're gonna naturally cuddle together on the trail. So it's like it's a win-win, however you look at it.
Yeah. It's one of those
It's,
things that may sound like a terrible idea at first, but then becomes like an awesome adventure.
oh
Like
yeah,
something like silly, you know? Like I would appreciate that. At first I'd be like, why the fuck is this guy taking me on a fucking snow trail? Is he out of his fucking mind? But if he does something like sweet, like making like the hot chocolate or even like a boozy chocolate drink or something like that, I'd be like, okay, okay, this is sweet, this is fun, this is like really silly because I'm sure nobody's really doing this. Like it would just be us on like this weird ass snow adventure
right.
in like a regular ass park, but it'd be pretty fun.
Interesting. Another take notes.
Oh, okay. The three cardinal sins against women on the day.
Taking notes.
I mean,
Well,
it
that's
depends upon. Go ahead,
making them
El.
cold or making them hot. That's funny. I
That's
don't know.
interesting.
I
True.
guess. But what were you gonna say, Ron?
I was gonna say because DJ Elf, he made a good point because um when we think about winter months, especially I'm gonna just use Michigan for an example. There's a lot of places you can go to and actually have a really nice day. Every so often, Lake Michigan actually does freeze over, and you can actually walk on Lake Michigan
True.
like quite a distance away from the shore before you actually start sinking in. And so that's like a weird thrill, fun experience. I know a lot of people they probably really you can walk on Lake Michigan. Like, yeah, you can literally walk on Lake Michigan. I remember one year in February actually. In February, the shore is here per se. The shore is here, and I was able to kind of walk about that far away from the shore without actually sinking in, and then come back perfectly fine. Another friend, another friend of mine, he went a little bit further and he came back. And another friend of mine, she went out a little bit further. She went out kind of like halfway in between and came back. And we're like, yeah, it's like you could actually walk on Lake Michigan, and it's like really weird. And even then, you can see like how the snow kind of piles up on the lake, and it looks like little columns that you kind of walk in between. Again, it's just really weird, but it's just one of those fun things that actually happens, and it can actually turn into a really fun date. Especially like I said, if they're very outdoorsy, they know how to dress warm and whatnot. Yeah, that'd be a very fun date. So,
Mm.
and again, you know, in the chats point, yeah, it really does depend. I know some women like, especially here in Michigan. Oh yeah, they would love to be outdoors right about now. It just have fun. It would not care, would not bat an eye. It is basically what they would do if they really don't want to be inside the house. Yeah, they're going outside and they're just going to have a ball. It's like go for it. But dress warm, dress warm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
hopefully we gave you guys some ideas for what to do on Valentine's Day. That's like, not too expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like the bottle of like if you want to go down that route of like, get because like, a bottle of wine is not a lot. Even 2 bottles of wine isn't gonna be like we're not talking about some $50 wine. There's under $20 per bottle.
If you're gonna buy 2, you might as well just buy 150. I'm kidding.
Wait, 150?
No, like if you're gonna buy 2 $20 bottles of wine, might as well buy one.
Oh, I'm
bottle.
dead.
I'm
The
kidding.
math adds up.
Also, it's not necessary to buy that. That's just expensive.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things out there. I will admit that I do not actually know off the top of my head what the price of chocolate and flowers are. I mean, there's different types of chocolate, different types of flowers, but when it comes to what you would get for Valentine's, I don't know the price. I have been looking into I was looking online because I would see all these ads. It has to be something in the air, the cookies and everything. But I've been seeing ads for like these teddy bears, whether it's the rose ones, so it's like literally a teddy bear made out of roses. And those I've seen those ones. I've seen the actual teddy bear. Someone was telling me about the giant teddy bear, like the one that you actually could cuddle with, is taller than you. And I'm like, because first when I was looking at teddy bears, and I was seeing like the low end was like 40 something, 50. I was like, whoa, these are expensive.
Yeah.
70 is like, whoa. Then I saw like $100 something for these giant teddy bears. I was like, you know what? 50. Give me 50, please. I'll take it back. 50 is not expensive because why are teddy bears $170 for? I was just like, I guess
because it's made of roses. And that's another thing about Valentine's Day shit. Like they just mark up the price on things a whole lot. So I'm like waiting until February 15th to like buy some chocolates from like one of my favorite chocolate shops. Like I'm hoping it's going to be on sale. I have a feeling that a lot of the shit might be sold out though, because like the chocolate's just so good. But on the off chance that they have stuff, I'm definitely gonna pop in like first thing that Tuesday. Be like, hey, have any chocolate? I've been waiting a long time for some chocolate. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, the beach dates are popular here too, in South Florida. But yeah, no, Valentine's like that's because like I used to work at a vacation company and like we'd have like deals with 1-800-Flowers, and the price of these flowers, man, like they're pretty, they are gorgeous flowers. Like the arrangement that they do is gorgeous, but it is not worth the price. It is not worth that price. Yes. Looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
It's gonna be like a little treat to myself. Get some good ass chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Get myself some Garrett. I don't really eat candy these days, but like I do remember, like even when I wasn't eating as much candy, if I saw a Ghirardelli, whatever, I never ate it really grown. Like I think I didn't really have it until I was in high school, and I was like, what is this godly thing? Like Ferrero Rocher also I've heard is really good. I don't probably had it. I just don't know off the top of my head like taste, but Ghirardelli, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
So
especially their dark, their dark chocolate. Oh,
that's what I love their dark chocolate raspberry, man. Like, oh god, it tastes so good.
I don't know. I've tried it. Like anything like chocolate and fruit infused. However, hold on. However, if we're doing like some kind of like a fondue in fruit, totally different scenario.
Like chocolate, like strawberries dipped in chocolate. I don't think if I even had that. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I've had it, but it wasn't like melted chocolate. Melted chocolate, I feel like would taste a whole lot better.
Yeah, like the pre-made stuff. If you want me to gag, I will gag hard. To me, it's the texture. It's the texture. But oh my goodness, melt some melted chocolate and some fruit. Mm.
Mm.
Which thing
So
you said though was the texture that you didn't like?
the,
Like
the
one's like frozen.
was not
Oh,
necessarily frozen. It was like pre-made. Like if you
Right.
go to the store and it's pre-made, it's
Mm.
gosh.
I try to do I try to do chocolate covered cherries. I tried. I tried.
Yeah, no, that would be gross.
Mm-mm,
That would for sure be gross. But
mm-mm.
but
Dripping chocolate.
I feel like the melted would taste really good. Mm.
I would like it on blueberry. Now that I've never tried it because blueberry is one of my favorite fruits already. So I'm like chocolate blueberries, yo.
Probably, yeah. I can see that.
I gotta try
But
that.
if it's like a dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's actually, good for you, especially for high blood
Yes.
pressure.
Mm,
Yes.
If you're
yeah,
gonna eat any sort of chocolate and not feel too bad, eat dark chocolate.
Yes.
yeah,
It'll
it
be good
is.
for you.
Oh yeah. Full of antioxidants.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good for you.
All right. So I guess that means everybody we got to go to the melting pot and we got to try some dark chocolate fondue and try it with some fruit and see
Mm-hmm.
what that's going to taste like and come back with our findings in our reports.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So if you got a melting pot in your area, go for it.
Mm,
Chocolate dipped honeycomb. That wouldn't be too bad.
interesting. That does sound like
Yeah.
Now
very,
is the honey
very
is the
sweet.
honeycomb fresh? Is the honeycomb fresh? Because if it's a fresh honeycomb, yeah, you might get me on that one. You just might. Because a fresh honeycomb is like, oh
I don't think I've really
yes.
seen real life honeycomb.
What? Really, Toby?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's, I feel
Yeah,
like it's kind of hard to eat though.
I gotta look it up. But
It's sticky. It's super sticky, but it's really really good. We short story, and then we'll decide if we're gonna leave or not. But short story. So over the summertime, my kids went to. Um, all right,
all right, peace out. Thanks for
all
stopping.
right. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely, we'll come check you out. Definitely. And I was going to say, so during the summertime, my kids were involved in the math camp. And with the math camp, there was on site like a full fledged garden. And towards the back, there was like a like a beekeeper. So we had a full time beekeeper. And so the one day the person comes in and does like a presentation on why bees are important and why we should be very careful, with our gardens and so forth and so forth.
Right.
And and so towards the end, he she I forgot who this person was. Let me just say person. Said person had um, various different sizes of fresh honeycombs that were processed the day prior, and we all got a chance to eat one. And when I tell you that was the best experience, hands down, of tasting that actual honeycomb, oh my
Mm,
gosh, yes, yes. Ooh, bless you.
thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Bless you. So yeah, the fresh honeycomb, Chad. If that thing is fresh, oh yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. But uh, let's see. Bam. We're gonna try to. There you go. We're gonna try to wrap this thing up and whatnot. We thank you guys for stopping in,
Ah,
especially our Twitch community, unless L. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, just thanks, Liz.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a little chilly. Like it was rainy today.
Mm.
So yeah, but no, just definitely pay attention to your significant others, or not even just like the people in your life, your friends, your family, and the people that you're dating. Like pay attention to how they receive um, love, or how they want it to be received, because sometimes they may say one thing and it's actually another thing. So, and also maybe like also listen a little bit more to like what they're doing for you, and try to be appreciative, or also just like voice your your feelings. It's like, hey, I don't like it when you do this, or like, I really appreciate when you do this, and this feels nice. This made me very happy, etc. and so forth, because we can't read your minds, no matter how hard we try.
Facts. Facts.
Right. Any last words?
Okay, so yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't know. It's like it's like, I think the big thing too is these love languages are flexible. Like this is the second time I took the quiz. Honestly, I took it maybe 2020, somewhere around this time, somewhere in the early year, and it was acts of service. I don't remember my second, third, fourth, fifth, but like I feel like it's a lot of those interchange, like physical, no, quality time. I like being able to hang out, but sometimes I don't know. I feel like it's interesting. Like I won't get onto like a whole tangent of it, but these are very flexible languages. Like sometimes you really feel like you want this thing, but then maybe other times you couldn't really even think about like, no, I don't want to be around people as much. Maybe you would more prefer just to have the words of affirmation. I mean, for me, I'm not necessarily psyched about words of affirmation. Like I appreciate them a lot when I get them, but it's not like my number one thing. But I don't know. I feel like everything has its place, and then being able to reciprocate is super important as well. Like, what do they want? And what love languages, I guess, in general, am I good? I wish that was actually a thing that was part of like another part of the quiz was like, what languages naturally are you the best at giving? Because that would have been an interesting conversation too. I think it did kind of come up, but like maybe for me, it's just like I can help people out. Like it can be a bit of time depending on what I'm doing, but like since I really like an acts of service, sometimes doing something for someone that helps them out is something that is natural to me. And I like gassing people up, as I say, even though the gas prices are high now. But we're still gonna gas people up and support them, appreciate them. I feel like that's something that I'm also like, I do enjoy doing that, even though even if it's not like the thing, the number one thing that I look for. So I think like that's an interesting thing to explore for ourselves too, is what naturally do we end up being good at, like giving. Maybe naturally giving that shoulder pad, the consoling is something that you like to do, even if you don't love it to get it yourself. Or you can easily give gifts for people, even if you don't love receiving gifts. I mean, who doesn't really like gifts? But sometimes that's not what you need, right? Just emotionally or whatever. But maybe you getting gifts for people is naturally your go-to when it comes to like showing that you love somebody.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think that's an interesting thing too. Give in and get in.
Agreed. I like that. I like that take. So, without further ado, again, we're going to shout out to our Twitch community. Thank you guys for showing up. Shout out to Mish and crew. Thank you guys for pulling up. And then shout out to Liz, DJ Elf, Chad, Barack. Trying to see if there's anybody else from the YouTube side. I think I saw Alexis.
Yeah.
Mark. Alexis, Mark. Thank you guys for coming in, chiming in. And I almost want to say if there was anybody else that came through very sneaky like.
Yeah, it's like and all of our lurkers in the back.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, shout out to the lurkers in the back. Even if you guys didn't say anything or you said one thing, and you had to do what you ever had to do, that's fine because we appreciate you guys too. Shout out, actually, you know what? Hold on. Shout out to the people on Twitter. Yes, shout out to the people on Twitter. Even though, yes, we may not be able to see your messages, we may not be able to see your comments, but shout out to you guys as well because without you guys, again, on Twitter, we would not have a channel on Twitter. So shout out to you guys. Don't ever think you're underappreciated. No, we appreciate you guys the most out of the mostest. Even then, you know, appreciate those people that shows up on YouTube too. You appreciate the people that shows up on Twitch too. Because out of all the three of you guys, out of three of those channels, again, we appreciate each and every last one of you. So thank you 3 times over. Thank you 3 times over.
Yes.
So we are out of here until next week. So same time, same channel, same trio. You never know. We may have a special guest or two. But you got to tune in to find out. So hugs. Yes.
Hugs. Oh yes. And hugs and embraces that last longer than they should.
Really long, awkward hugs.
Right. Oh, you know what? I made Mish. I might make that and what is it called? Help me out. I might make that a command. I just might make that a command for Twitch.
Long awkward hugs.
Long awkward hugs. It's gonna be a hug. But it's gonna be titled. It's gonna be exclamation point hug and then the long weird hug. Yeah. I got you. So that's
what you kind of. Oh no, you didn't freeze. You heard super stiff though.
To be continued.
Okay. Yes, to be continued because I got a lot of stuff that's going on. So yes, thank you guys. And we will stop it. We will catch you guys next week. Until then, peace.
Bye.
Bye.